welcome back to our podcast, Books Don't Review Themselves. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kim.
And today we are doing another Millennial movie review. And we are going to be talking about Primal Fear. It came out in 1996. The synopsis is literally a sentence. It says, an altar boy is accused of murdering a priest, and the truth is buried several layers deep. This has Richard Gere, Laura Linney, Edward Norton. Yeah, so
I give this one a 5.
Yeah, I definitely gave this one a 5. My husband and I, we made dinner and started watching this, and, we both just, loved it. It's very rare that we both are 100% watching a movie. He likes to play solitaire, so he might be playing solitaire on his phone and watching a movie, or I might be doing something on my phone and watching a movie. That was not the case with this. We both were, so intrigued. We finished our dinner, we went upstairs, okay, let's finish watching this movie. And he was, sitting up in bed watching this movie, and it was funny because then the ending happened, and I just see this.
He's just staring at you.
Yeah, just pure shock.
Uh-huh.
And I think I started laughing because I'm damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess where do we start? I mean, first of all, Richard Gere.
Yum.
This is when he was probably at his prime smokiness.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Super hotness. And for me, Edward Norton,
he's a cutie.
He is. He's adorable. And I might have seen movies before with him in it. I don't remember. But when I saw this one, my love for Edward Norton is eternal because of this movie. He plays two such good characters, and it was amazing to me.
And we probably should note that there is going to be spoilers. Yeah. But again, this came out in 1996. Mm-hmm. So...
And if you haven't, for some weird reason, seen it, go watch it right now and then come back because you need to see this movie.
This movie aged really well.
Very well.
They could remake it, but I don't think it would necessarily change. Mm-mm. And I would not want anyone other than Richard Gere playing the attorney.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want anyone other than Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because some other movies I thought of that I want to have you watch, I'm just I know they're not going to have aged well. Girls just want to have fun, and Teen Witch. They're going to be so bad, but I loved them so much. But I've been waiting on them because I'm I know they're not going to be as good.
Right. That was one thing I was really shocked. It really did. Edward Norton... Where do we begin with him? So he's schizophrenic or has multiple personality. Mm-hmm. So it's Aaron and Roy. When he was Aaron at first, I looked at my husband. I'm oh my God, I want to adopt him and take him home and take care of him and give him a good home. Mm-hmm. And then Roy came out. And at first when Roy came out, I wasn't even really that turned off by Roy at first. Because I was there's worse personalities, yeah. He's, killed somebody.
Oh, well, whatever.
But I feel a little bit different about it because of the fact that it wasn't they just killed an innocent person.
Yeah.
There's obviously some dirt with Priest. Shocking.
Mm-hmm. But once again, this took place 1996. So, that was numerous years ago. So
it was shocking then.
It was shocking then. But unfortunately, everything that's happened with the Catholic Church since then, nowadays, this is not shocking.
No.
Because it wasn't child molestation.
This is probably if I had to guess, this is probably at the peak of when it was happening, but being covered up.
Yeah. Or just starting to get leaked and some people knew about it. Yeah.
So that part was probably shocking.
What it was basically, there's 3 of them, 2 men and a woman. And I believe they're all of age, 18, 19, 20.
Yes.
And the Archbishop made him do sex tapes in front of him. So, that's horrible.
And he, directed them.
Yeah.
So, it's legitimately, a porno that you would probably find on Pornhub.
Yeah.
But, basically, it's this priest taking advantage of these,
down on their luck kids. And,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Which, now that we say that, leads me to some questions.
Okay.
A, Roy/Aaron was literally just Roy. So, he stabbed the priest, but being Roy and being the way he was... Why didn't he tell the priest to fuck off during the incident?
Exactly, and not do it in the first place. Yeah.
See, guys, that just came to me.
Well, then we wouldn't have a movie, but yeah.
No, I know, but it's just when you watch those movies and it leaves you with that little thing that hours later or days later, you're wait a minute.
The first time Roy peeks out a little bit, so Sparrows and I, we saw this in the movie theater back in 96. We would have been in college. And the first time he peeks out, it's just like a smirk or something, isn't it? It's just something really tiny. He doesn't even like go off completely at that time. He's just like, shut up, bitch, or something. It's like he's being videoed and they're going, talking to him like for hours and hours. And
so you just think he just lost his cool?
Yeah, he just snapped a little bit. But I was watching it and just the smirk that he has, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's more than that, So that was just like, the start of it. And then when the movie ended, Spiro said out loud, like, what the fuck? We're like in the middle of a movie theater, and he was shocked and he was like pissed. He's like, what the fuck? Because it was just such a good ending. And it was so good.
It was very good. And the way that the ending...
The golf clap,
Yeah, just at the end, and you're like, and you see and Richard Gere was perfect when he just like turned around, he's like, and then Edward Norton did the like Aaron like stutter, and I'm like, no. But then it got you thinking, because it was like, I mean, that's really what a defense attorney's job is. It doesn't matter
if they're really guilty.
You
defend your client.
Yeah.
You look for every way possible to get them off. Yeah, so
I mean, this was a really good movie.
It was.
I would highly recommend it.
And if you watched it back in 96 or even 2006, maybe it's time for another rewatch, because it's such a good movie.
It is. And I really, something about having the personality disorder, like the multiple personality, is just so fascinating, because I don't really know anybody with it.
Yeah.
Or
maybe you do.
Maybe I do, but I don't know. Uh-huh. But it's so fascinating to see that, and I can't imagine trying to be an actor and act that. And like you said, he did it so well, because there are certain things that it's like, how do you portray... Like, Roy had just this sneer that it's like, you knew instantly when that happened that it was like, okay, Aaron is no longer here.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you portray that without actually having...
And I hate to say it, I thought Roy was hot. Just his personality. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, Roy is obviously, like, more of a bad boy and whatever, but...
Why didn't he just tell the police, priest, fuck off?
But he just wasn't, like, in my opinion... Whether, if he really had multiple personality disorder, whether it was Aaron or Roy, neither one of them were that bad in my opinion. Like, Aaron I felt bad for. Roy, I'm like, whatever. Like, because I feel like a lot of times in movies when they have the multiple personality, one personality is just like pure fucking evil. And like will kill anybody or whatever. They do that because... part of the movie. We talked about identity, and that was like part of the multi-personality, is that one of the personalities was seriously messed up, scary, and dangerous.
It's kind of funny because the book that we did was The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and it's not multiple personality, but it's multiple people with different personalities in the same body.
Yeah.
So that book and these last two movies, Identity and Primal Fear, they're all like that genre.
And I would like to like watch more and read more and whatever, because I really enjoy that, and I think it's always really fascinating to see how an actor handles that, to see how an author writes that. It's just one of those things that it's like it's amazing that a mind can
do that.
Unfortunately,
usually the reason why the mind does do it is because of abuse, which is sucky and horrible, but it really is fascinating how it can fracture into so many different pieces.
Right. I kind of want to like meet him and have him talk to me like Roy.
God, I just want to meet him. Yeah. Have you ever seen Glass?
I have not seen Glass.
You need to watch it.
I have seen Split. I saw Split.
Yeah.
And that movie left me so fucking creeped out. I loved it though.
Okay.
I really did.
Split, that's one where he has the girls, right? Yeah, he has the girls down in the basement.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so in my mind, it kind of goes Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass.
I might have to watch those. Because like I said, I've seen Split.
I would watch them in order. But yeah, Split was excellent. And then Glass, it continues, his personality continues in it. But Glass focuses more on Sammy than on him. So, but yeah, it's a good trilogy. I enjoyed it. I was happy when Split came out. I'm like, what? More? Excellent.
So, we clearly recommend it. I guess let us know what you guys think. If you have not seen it, go see it and then come back and let us know. Otherwise, like, subscribe, come back for more, and give us your suggestions for Millennial movie reviews. Otherwise, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
What are you doing? Do you want to hit stop?
Sure.